I'll just switch over to I'll switch over to Alice from Finca. We know that Finca has been one of the institutions serving women in Uganda for a very long time. But we want to get the perspective in terms of refugees. Gender inclusive finance, especially in the face of or in the context of Finca, is not new. And it's not new in many of the financial institutions. They've always said, let's target women. But we want to get from you, is it really worth the hype? Is there a business case? As a market actor serving refugees, what ways do you think serving refugee women has impacted your institution financially, socially, or otherwise? Does it make an economic sense to prioritize women in any way? Alice, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ezekiel and everyone. I really appreciate Masiko and every other person on the webinar, stakeholders engaged in empowering you, all the refugees and especially women. Within this angle, I would like to say that yes, it makes economic sense to prioritize women. Financing women is intentional at Finca Uganda, and it is seen in all its interventions, making sure that we have to onboard more women in whatever we do. I'll start with the financial literacy. We are seeing more women attending financial literacy than men, and we are having a question to ourselves when we see the bigger size or volume in terms of access that they are made, but we are also seeing women with small amounts. This could be because the women are behind the men taking these decisions in terms of allowing them to take the money after them attending financial literacy. So to me, I feel it makes economic sense in one way or another. Why do I say so in detail is we are seeing in life, women invest a significant part of their income in their small businesses into well-being of household, and that creates some kind of multiplier effect within the communities we serve. They pay their loans better than men, and this is also seen in the portfolio at risk. 30 days, we are seeing women stand at 4.4%, while the men's portfolio at risk 30 days is at 6.2%. For me, that really answers a lot when it comes to even in the refugee West Nile, which is a rural region, and in Kampala, we are seeing that slightly the same, that women are active and also they can get us access to the community through different ways. Actually, even in the social aspect, we are seeing it's a woman who brings the kids or the children to the financial literacy sessions. So to me, our social benefit is that we shall see youth development in a better way when we include women. And also through their mothering nature, I think, we are seeing that women, I think it was someone was it the numbers that we raised that Peter shared with us, seeing where women are trying to ask their household head, the man, whether to support family members. Yes, through that act, they are including people outside their own small nuclear family or the household, going beyond their relatives, cousins, sisters, to be financially included. So basically, youth development and community development without a woman, I'm saying it could be lacking. So with including a woman in every decision that we make as financial institution, it will help us move forward.
Okay.
Over to you, Ezekiel. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alice. Very interesting perspectives in terms of repayments, portfolio at risk, but also the social and cultural nature of women during the trainings. And so to close us off, this is like maybe a wish list, I would say, all the gaps that you as financial institutions have identified and would want to know from you. I'll start off with Alan. What remains to be done by financial institutions to fully meet the needs of women? What do you think has been done wrong in the past decade, and how can we um, adjust or make changes to the wrongs that were done in the past? Alan?
Okay.
You're muted. Kindly unmute, Alan.
Sorry. All right. Thank you. I said I'll start with what needs to be done to meet the women needs. One, I think financial institutions must continue to innovate and develop products that are specifically tailored to the unique needs of women, particularly in a displaced context. We surely need better products, and then we need to look beyond financial services. For example, at Vision Fund Uganda, we have introduced even insurance cover. So we are giving loans, but on top of a financial service of a loan, and we also add insurance. And then we also make it very affordable to everyone, whereby at least every month, every month a member just pays something like 700 or 500 Uganda shillings, but then also benefit from the insurance cover. So I think that's other partners, other financial institutions, we should look at that if we are to help the women. And then another point is there is need to enhance partnerships within communities to better understand and address specific barriers. I believe the moment we come together, we shall achieve more. We have achieved more in this specific time where we have partnered with other organizations and we have been able to reach out to more. And then if I go to the context of the prior mistakes done by the service providers, I think in the past decade, one of the mistakes has been the one-size-fits-all approach to financial services, where like most of in a displaced context, even host communities, people could not afford, women could not afford. It just comes the way it is, so many barriers. And then also another point has been, another issue has been lack of sufficient outreach and engagement with women in designing product. We always need to reach, before we design a product, we always need to reach on the ground and ensure that we get feedback. And I think lastly is designing product that flexible to everyone. For example, we need products that really everybody can afford in terms of that have no collateral requirements, because we all understand that here in refugees and even everywhere, most women don't have collaterals. They come as spouses, others just moved in, they're doing businesses. The businesses are doing well, but the moment we put a collateral, they will be logged out. I think I can submit that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. And I think I'll just ask Alice to summarize us off with the same question in the context of FINCA, but also what FINCA feels, what needs to be done but also what mistakes have been made in the past, if there are any things that are different from what Alan just mentioned. Over to you, Alice.
Thank you so much, Alan. I actually agree with Alan in some of these areas where we've made mistakes. So I'll just start with how we think has managed to work with refugees, but at the end of the day, we've had some learnings to make us better. In the areas of innovation, I think we should be having more women leaders in the boardroom. That should be able to bring out some of the passions and assumptions ironed out for men to be able to understand that women needs should be included in the decision making on a customer's profile, as well as their needs being considered when designing, innovating, and also coming up with tools to work with within the field. Also try to use some bit of a team that can work with the different segments, whether refugee, whether youth, as long as they are women, to ensure that their peculiar needs are considered and the barriers are catered for when designing products. This makes it better and inclusive at all the time. Otherwise, we will find that the mistakes we did will always be repeated, that we have products, but they can't even be adjusted to fit that customer, called a woman, at youth level, toddler level, even adult level. Yeah.
Thank
Over
you,
to you,
Alice.
Ezekiel. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Much appreciated. Thank you, Alice and Alan, for representing Finca and Vision Fund respectively with those views. I think that in the upcoming report, I think more the attendees here will be able to get more insights, but also more information. So also a clarion call to all of you: if you have any information that you need, that you will require, please reach out to Alice and Alan directly, or that means you can reach out to Finca or Vision Fund to get more information in terms of products that they offer.